chemical realm that keeps this damn thing going. But it is only a physical entity. It has nothing to do with the original person that will go beyond this. But it is steadily fading out. Its intellect is diminishing quaintly. And it was until they found out about this melanin and this melatonin stuff that they went into World War II and all this type of stuff here. And as a result, from Yale University, they came up, they found out about the missions of the black man and melanin, later on isolating the gene in 1968. And from that, they're using this ancient elixir of melanin to stay alive and to keep functioning on a certain level. On a certain level. Its intellect is diminishing quaintly, though it may possess a great deal of a certain animal cunningness. Even quite towards the end of its career, it is still able to communicate by borrowing temporary intelligence from the medium, the original ones. From its very nature, it is exceedingly liable to be swayed by all kinds of evil influences, and it is being separated from the higher ego. It has nothing in its constitution capable of responding to the good ones, or what they call the original ones, the black ones. It is therefore lends itself readily by several minor purposes of some baser sort of black magicians. The mental matter possesses gradually disintegrates and returns from the general matter of its own plane. So in so many words, whoever these magicians was doing, they was trying to create a new race of whatever black people Egyptian, the heart is the gateway to the outer universe. It is the gateway that suggests also something of a primordial nature, because they didn't come from a primordial nature. Their heart chakra is closed down. That means that they don't have the type of feeling we have. They have a guilt deficiency, a guilt deficiency. And that guilt deficiency and all, they're sociopaths by nature, which means they can justify it. They can live by it. We're talking about a psychopath, a sociopath. We're talking about a sick individual, which now has the entire world sick, because he's only operating off of what he said, a third of his particular brain. Whereas that's right, because the other part of the brain can be accessed by the pineal gland. And since now we live in a society where it is set up to even access only a third of the brain, we're not even trained into accessing the greater part of the brain. But we used to do it all the time. It was called talent. It was called genius. And they have cut off from accessing that third part of the brain, the other regions of the brain, because they don't have the pineal action or the pineal ability. So when you hear about no one will enter into the kingdom unless they're circumcised, they're not talking about circumcision of the penis. Because what about a woman? They're talking about circumcised of
biomedical applications that they have is the capacity to take melanin-stimulating hormones and give it to random animals that have very little melanin, and it makes them black. That was awesome. But now they have elucidated that melanin-stimulating hormone, which is made in the pineal pheomelanin, okay, which deals from the yellow, orange range, etc., okay, now permanently becomes eumelanin. Now, see, you have to understand how awesome that is. Okay, because if you know anything about science and what's happening, see, that means now that if you're still stuck in second, third circuit, or even third circuit, there are going to be people that are going to be presented to you that you're not even going to understand what you're looking at. You're not even going to understand who's who because you